Without purpose, we would not exist.
Get your coffee. For a number of years, I taught classes on church planting, church revitalization, organizational development. And in teaching those courses, I spent a considerable amount of time talking about the importance of mission, vision, values, organizational priorities, and purpose. Purpose is important. In many ways, it is purpose that makes it possible for us to determine whether or not our life and our accomplishments have true value. Some would say that purpose is essential for life. A great example of that can be found in a spectacular book called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. Having worked with people who are starting new organizations, starting new businesses, and beginning new churches, or those that are trying to revitalize and transition a failing organization or a dying church, I've seen firsthand the importance of having clear and defined purpose. When I took on the leadership of a struggling organization, a church, one of the first things I did was to work to define clearly what our essential purpose was. In Frankl's book on meaning and purpose, he writes about studies conducted in France and then by him in Austria, by which they found that nearly 90% of those polled felt that man needs something for the sake of which to live. He writes of another survey conducted around the same time in the middle of the 20th century by Johns Hopkins University and the National Institute of Mental Health in the United States. They polled nearly 8,000 students at 48 different colleges, and when asked what they considered to be very important, 16% of the students said making a lot of money, while 78% said finding a purpose and meaning to my life. Agent Smith in The Matrix put it, "Without purpose, we would not exist. It is purpose that created us, purpose that connects us, purpose that pulls us, purpose that guides us, purpose that drives us. It is purpose that defines us, purpose that binds us." Maybe some of that is true, maybe all of it is true. We seem to think that purpose is important. Businesses and organizations spend a lot of assets and time and energy on defining and articulating their purpose. I'm convinced that an entity's mission, vision, values, their priorities, goals, and strategies, those things are derived ultimately from their purpose. So it is important. But this isn't only true for businesses and organizations. It's true for individuals as well. Among the essential philosophical questions we all wrestle with is the question of purpose. We wonder, why am I here? What am I all about? Am I here for a reason? Is there purpose to my existence? And so you have to ask, can you articulate clearly your purpose? If not, you may very well be struggling with finding meaning in a seemingly meaningless life. And there are a lot of people that are seeking for meaning. Meaning making is at a significant low in our culture right now. In thinking deeply about these things, as I have for a very long time, I began to realize as I read through the scriptures that Jesus had a clearly defined purpose. He articulates it a number of times throughout the Gospels. He says things like, "I am come that you may have life, and that you may have it more abundantly." That's a purpose statement. In another place he says, "I am come as a light into the world." And then in another place, "I have come to give my life a ransom for all." And then again, "I have come to seek and to save that which is lost." Each of these "I have come" statements is a purpose-defining statement. There are quite a few of them in the Gospels. He came to bear witness of the truth. He came to do his Father's will. He came to call sinners to repentance. He came to fulfill the Old Covenant law and prophets. He came to die upon the cross. and to save men's lives. All of these are explicitly stated in the Gospels, and each of them is a purpose-defining statement. You see, Jesus knew full well what his purpose was, and in Mark chapter 1, verse 38, he once again gives a very clear affirmation of his purpose when he says this, "Let us go into the next towns, that I may preach the gospel there also, because for this purpose I have come." For this purpose I have come. Jesus had a message that he was determined to give, and nothing would deter him from his purpose. And he responsibly fulfilled his purpose. And for the last 2,000 years, countless individuals have discovered their true purpose as they have had a genuine encounter with the one that came to give life and to give it more abundantly. Something to think about. We'll see you next time.